What do you mean that all white town failed? How could a self-proclaimed superior race fail at anything? It's so many of them that don't want to be around other races. How do you fail at building something for you by you? If every white racist moved to that town and support that town, y'all should be good. Your own government, your own restaurants, your own little honky tonks. But you failed. Give black people a chance to do something like that. And don't tear it down and watch what happens. Give Hispanic people a chance to build something like that and watch what would happen without tearing it down. Complain, complain, complain.
No blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills, in the state of Arkansas, women take care of the children who live here full time.
It can be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, or if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do.
You might be wondering how any of this can be legal. Return to the Land is structured as a private members association, which they believe allows them to discriminate on the basis of ethnicity, along with other factors. That has yet to be tested in the courts and may well fail. The Arkansas Attorney General has said his office is now reviewing the matter as a result of our reporting, and that there is no room for racial discrimination in Arkansas or anywhere in a free society. No blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills, in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, building houses and a new type of community. It's called Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only.
Now, watching this video, I'm struck by how good of an idea this is. Yes, let's quarantine racists to the woods, and they can just live in a seasoning-free zone, and they can just live out their bland, bigoted existence without bothering me. I like this. These white folks said they're done with everybody. They don't want no soul food, no salsa, no Szechuan chicken. They don't want no catfish, gefilte fish. They don't want no hummus. They don't want no naan bread. No, they want venison, boiled goose, and bratwurst. That's the extent of the palate you finna get in this town. So, in Return to the Land, if you're taking all kinds of races, I hope you take the covert races too, because man, I'm having a hard time sifting out who's who. Because if all the kinds of racists is there, I know that the white folks who's left is actually cool. I mean, this is so good for them undercover haters because they can get out my comment section pretending to be objective and actually live free, to be who they really are among folk just like them. I can hear the real estate commercials now. Tired of black folks knocking you the fuck out because you thought the N-word was for everybody? Return to the land. Tired of those pesky immigrants building your houses and picking your fruit? Well, now you can deport yourself if you return to the land. Tired of those men in drag reading books to your kids that aren't the Bible? Well, now you can cross-dress with other repressed Christian cowboys in your very own Brokeback Mountain. Just return to the land. It's crazy to me how these racists are taking their ball and going home like it's our laws. Like, punk, don't nobody want white neighbors like you. You're doing us a favor. They don't see how the critique they have for immigrants is really like true for them. Like, dog, it's you who's not assimilating into America as it is. You're the one having a problem with everybody having constitutionally guaranteed rights because you seem to be allergic to fairness. You're the one literally running with your tail tucked to the woods because you're afraid of the demographic shift that you caused. So you and your hunting buddies go to the woods and do whatever redneck Game of Thrones bullshit you was gonna do without black folks.
Hey everyone, welcome back on my channel. I'm excited to have you. Today we're going to take a look at the situation, like got so much attention. People had to say a lot, had a lot to say about it on the internet. We're going to look at the story of white OnLY community and how actually the reality caught up with the idea. Obviously, we're going to take a look at this, but I want us to have actually a takeaway over throughout history. Every time people try to isolate themselves to the black people, black culture, innovations, and the energy that actually they bring into the loom, things don't actually add up. It has been proved over the years that when people when there are diverse people in the community, there is actually so much that a community can actually achieve. So that's a truth that we all know, like when the community is actually inclusive, like there's so much the community can actually achieve through unity and, you know, through including every person. But, you know, Black people were not bothered by it at all. Actually, they're not bothered by, you know, white people having their own community. They were just like, we don't even care. And, you know, they had so much, you know, hilarious reaction, and actually they had a lot to say about this, and we're going to take a look at multiple videos about this. But as we know, this is for education purposes. There's nothing against anyone. We're going to take a look, and afterwards I'll come back with the comments.
I wanted to tell that town who will not allow Black people to live there, God bless you. But since you won't let Black people move into that all-white town in Arkansas, I wanted to read for you your HOA, since Black people can't live there. In Arkansas, zoom the camera in. I got to tell y'all this. If you live in that whites-only town in Arkansas where Black people are not allowed to live, here's your rules of engagement for the neighborhood association. Only put up stop signs. Because if you put up a red light, a Black man made that. Pull it down. In that all-white town, only serve your kids jelly sandwiches. They can't eat peanut butter because a Black man made that. When you build your houses, don't use a vacuum cleaner because a Black man made that. When you go to press your clothes, don't use an ironing board because a Black man made that. If you got an iPhone, throw it away because all of the ingredients on the inside come from the soil of Africa. Don't use it there.
Welcome everybody to the second meeting of our newly established in Breedia, a whites only town. Today I would like to discuss what laws we would like to see put in place. Do I have any ideas? Yes. No seasoning on chicken, absolutely no seasoning on chicken. I always say when it comes to chicken, the more white, the more right. In fact, if you boil your chicken, you can get it even whiter. So I would strongly recommend that. Do we have any other ideas? Yes. No vaccines. Well, that's a gimme, Bill, you fucking idiot. If it can't be healed with ivermectin, then we will just die. We can make polio great again. Do I have any other ideas? Yes. We need a flag. I couldn't agree more.
Funniest part about that whites only town in Arkansas, Black folks ain't mad, and you're mad, we not mad. So there's a brand new whites only town in Arkansas, and the gag is Black people don't even care. Now, I've seen the comments. Why aren't Black people upset? Why are you mad about this? We gonna clear this up right now. Nobody's upset, Poo-Poo. See, the one thing Black people ain't gonna do is lose sleep over other people that want to create a safe space for themselves. Build your own little town, plant a flag, that's fine. Hang a welcome sign, whatever makes you feel good. Honestly, we gotta be real about something, because I saw the interviews, I saw the clips. This ain't a town of exceptional people. I mean, think about it. If you drop everything to move to this town, you probably already didn't have much going on anyway, right? And that's so no, we're not upset, we're not jealous, we're not even plotting to crash your party. Because truth be told, we really don't care. And honestly, that's what really bothers y'all.
When I look at pictures at Central, I see me smiling. That was also a strategy. The nature of racism, hatred, all those things is to dim your smile, dim your beauty, dim every aspect of you, and I wasn't going to let them do it to me. We were harassed every day, inspiring brave, we turned away. Heads held high, we walked the halls, and I walked like I belonged. Oh, yes, like I belong. Little Rock 9.
In the fall of 1957, Minnie Jean Brown Trickey took her rightful place in what had previously been a whites-only school, and she helped set America on a path towards desegregation in public schools. Please rise and give a very warm and loving welcome to Miss Minnie Jean Brown Trickey.
Honestly, in a million years, I could not have anticipated what it was going to be like. I actually rely on the photos. The people screaming hatred behind us and the soldiers not letting us go in. Also, the horror of what people were screaming and saying. I was so scared. They were saying, hang them. They were saying, kill them. I saw them, and I said to myself, I will never behave like that for any reason toward anyone as long as I live. I was a kid who was told that our enemy was the Soviets and we were hiding under the desks, and I was doing all the anthems and singing all the songs. And then on that day, I was really disappointed, and I just lost so much of my beliefs.
Charlie H. wanted to know what gave you the courage to walk the halls every day.
There were 20 nice kids who would either speak to us or smile at us. There were about 300 really mean kids, but then that meant there were 1,700 silent witnesses who stood by and said nothing. So if you're walking through terror, if somebody smiles with a genuine smile, you feel like, oh, there's hope. There's hope. What makes me interested in interacting with young people is because I know who I was, and I value that in young people. I just want them to know that they are capable of so much and that they don't have to tolerate things the way they are. We have kids who have families who are being picked up and brutalized by ICE. I'm not sure if it was like that for me. So my so-called courage is small compared to what they have to come up with in their everyday lives, and I want them to feel up to the challenge.
We have heard that you were especially targeted of all of the 9, so I was wondering if you could expound on perhaps why.
A sociologist did interviews with white women about their experience at Central, and they said, we hated that Minnie Jean so much. She walked the halls of Central like she belonged there. This is what people said. Excuse me, wherever you walk like you belong there, okay? That is my challenge to you, okay? Walk like you belong, because you do. My name is Minnie Jean Brown Trickey, and this is my brief but spectacular take on walking like you belong.
Oh, let them build a white-only community in Arkansas. They'll find out. They'll find out how bored they are. I mean, without Mexican, Indigenous, Black, Asian influences, like, what are they even doing? Like just eating mayonnaise and listening to country music, I guess? Like, I'd be really worried about the kids in that community, though, right? Like, they're going to become the entertainment in an evil sort of way. But other than that, just let them have their experiment. They'll find out.
After seeing this video, you can actually see that over time and time again, it has been proven that interdependence is actually human nature. Like, if a group actually decides to exclude themselves, it's crazy, because specifically if you're trying to exclude Black talent, labor, creativity, with all, even with how like modern economic and society actually functions, like, it's actually crazy, because there is so much black people have a lot of contribution, you know, from food to labor to music to the energy that they actually bring into the room. Is not a bonus into the society, it's actually a foundation, and obviously if you try to remove the foundation, things naturally crumble. Now, taking a look at these clips and how people have to react about it, but specifically to this story, it's so crazy to me of how a person can actually think of building something, a community or anything a person can actually try to build or to achieve, basing on exclusivity, not excellence. I don't know what you're expecting, because To build obviously a community, you want to have diverse talents, you want to have skilled labor, you want to have vibrant culture. It actually takes everyday teamwork to actually make something. So if your input of something it's based on exclusivity, then your output, is not going to be that great as when you could actually let every person contribute. But it's not like black people are mad, they're just like, okay, let's see where it's going. The moral of the story is actually that diversity is actually important. It's how societies survive and thrive and get the success and achieve everything. So if you erase and you remove the foundation, then what is remaining actually? If you're going to remove the foundation of the house, then how is it going to stand, And the biggest takeaway from actually all of this that we have been seeing, it's interdependence is real. No community can actually survive by excluding people who actually build, energize it and fuel it. Actually, it's impossible to thrive, And actually for me, as we have heard so many people had a lot to say about it. You can had a lot to say about why did they even go to the media, or they had a lot to say about it. So if you enjoyed this video, you can like, share, subscribe, that every person can actually see it, and comment. I want to hear your thoughts about this story. Until next time, have a good one.